Mm-mm.
God, Ed. Good evening, Pittsburgh sports fans. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. Joining me are my co-hosts, Edward, Tracy, and Mac. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Hi, guys.
We're well.
Fine as frogs here.
Okay. Nice.
Fine.
Got some stuff to talk about tonight, as always. Every time we do this show, we've got stuff to talk about. Wanted to touch on Aaron Rodgers here. You know, apparently he made a trip into Pittsburgh and didn't even meet with the team. Apparently, allegedly. So we'll get into that. Going to talk a little Penguins tonight. Malkin, whether to sign or not to sign. We're going to get into that. I'm sure that's going to get probably a little, I don't know, animated or what have you.
Colorful.
I also want to talk Pirates. Just, talk about the kind of the week in review with the Pirates. Plus, I wanted to pose a question to you, gentlemen, on what it's going to take for the Pirates to retain Paul Skeens. I know it's probably not going to happen. You've probably got a better chance of hitting the lottery than him actually signing a second deal with the team. But I don't know. It's fun to, I guess, ponder what could potentially keep him here. I got some thoughts on that. I think if they elevated payroll tremendously, but we'll get into that. And then
big word, tremendous.
What's that? Yeah.
That's a big word, tremendously, and I concur.
Right. And then we're gonna finish up with the Riverhounds. Had a big win over the weekend against Louisville on the road, so we'll touch on that and kind of see who they got next. So they're on the road again. So all right. So without further ado, Rodgers. So apparently, he came to Pittsburgh. I mean, allegedly he came to Pittsburgh. I don't know. Some people are saying he didn't. Other people are saying he did. Rookie camp was going on. Did not go to the team facility. Did not meet with anybody from the team. Nothing. Big goose egg. Had all this this hype. I think it was on Thursday of last week. Had all this. He's in town. He's coming in town. He's reports are a deal's going to be done. And nothing. Big nothing burger come of this. I tell you what, guys, I don't know what to say. I mean, it gives us something to talk about every week. But I don't know what to say. I don't know. At this point in time, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if they have something already kind of in place and they're just not telling us like they did last year, or if he's really undecided. Let's say you. Start off, anybody.
I mean, he's old. He's probably just trying to hold on as long as he can. I don't know why he would want to. You would think he'd want to be in sync if he's going to try that one last try, but I don't know.
You would
why
think. Yeah, I mean, you would think. I mean, I don't understand why. What benefit is there of? I mean, I've said it before. He wants to be a part-time NFL player. He doesn't want to be full-time anymore. He wants to be part-time. He's been like that for a few years now. He just wants to be a part-time, professional football player. That's what I gather from this whole thing. And I agree, Chase. You would think having, Bernard's, drafted and Pittman as a new guy, you would think you would want to show up to these, and if you are coming back, show up to these and get on the same page with these guys. But apparently that's not he doesn't feel he needs to do that. So, Mac, what do you think of this whole thing?
Well, I don't know if we're talking about Chris Angel or David Copperfield or did this guy came to Pittsburgh or he didn't. I mean,
I don't
what
know.
in the hell are we talking about?
Come here, Houdini.
I don't know. I don't know. They said he did. Other people said he did it. I don't know. I mean, he didn't meet with the team. I can tell you that much.
Did they saw him in half? I want to know that. I mean, who is this guy? Is he a magician? I mean, what possible excuse on earth could you have without knowing you're going to play football or not, Bill?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't.
You just have to be a diva. You have to be a diva. You have to love this attention. I don't get it. There is no reasonable explanation of this. None.
I mean, I'm baffled by it. I don't have an answer. I really don't have an answer.
BA.
I just don't. I don't have an answer
insanity.
at all. Yeah, it is. I agree. I don't have an answer. I wish I had an answer. I don't understand what the benefit of prolonging this. I don't understand what benefit that gives you. I don't understand other than, I mean, we know you don't want to come to these workouts. We know you don't want to do that. You haven't done that in years. So we know you don't want to do that. But why is that keeping you from signing? I don't understand. You know, they're saying it's not a money issue, or I don't know. Like, what is? I mean, I don't understand why a decision can't be made. You know, it makes for news. I mean, we talk about it each week. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of get tired of talking about it. I would like to not talk about it. I would like to talk about other things. But you know, it's May. I mean, it's May, and you know, we didn't have a decision this time last year either. So, you know, is it going to be June time frame? Is it going to be, you know, shortly before camp? Is he, you know, what is the decision going to be here?
I keep hearing this Monday date, Bill. I don't know. Anyone else hearing this that, you know, the Monday they're talking now? I've heard many reports for this Monday coming up.
Well, you know,
it just the goalpost keeps moving back. They're moving the goalpost quicker than the kickers, and we'll get onto that later.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, Ray, we had Ray Fittipaldo on last week. You know, he was talking about May 18th, which is next week, you know, and he said, you know, these are soft dates. I mean, I just don't, at this point in time, I don't you know, the Steelers shouldn't even give these dates. Well, we would like to have them, you know, a decision by this time. We would like to. They never firm on we want this decision, that we want it hard, that we need to know this date, period. This date, you know. I just don't understand. It makes me even wonder, maybe they have something already in place. You know, maybe he hasn't signed, but he's agreed to something, and they're just not telling us. Because if you remember last year, Tomlin hinted that when this was all said and done, he's like, we knew all along. You know, he hinted that. So I don't know whether that's the same scenario. Apparently McCarthy's talking to him on a weekly basis. I don't know. If you're talking to somebody on a weekly basis, I would think you're probably inclined to come back. Why else would he be talking? What are they talking about? Fishing? Well, you know, what are they talking about? You know,
I mean, it could be talking about turkey. Turkey did come in Pennsylvania in May. I mean, that's a valid topic, Bill.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers hunts turkey.
Billy, if they're talking on a weekly basis, I believe they have a mark on the calendar, and they're just touching base.
Well, that's my point. That's my point.
Right?
Why else would he be talking to him on a weekly basis? I mean, allegedly, that's what McCarthy say. Why would he lie about that, though? I mean, you know, why would he lie about that? About, oh, you know, we're talking on a weekly basis. You would think if that was false, Rodgers would be like, no, we're not. I haven't talked to him in a month, you know.
Yeah, well, you would also think, Bill, that he would answer if he was in town or not.
Yeah, I mean, what was he in town for? I mean, people said golf. He was golfing. I mean, I don't know what he was in town for. You know, why?
Maybe he was down on Liberty. I don't know. Maybe he was shopping.
Yeah, I know. I mean, maybe
he's delicious.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he stopped to, you know, apparently he has a home here. Maybe he stopped to check on his home and everything like. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I don't like how
maybe you just wanted that Perani sandwich.
Yeah, maybe. I don't like how the media, because when this news first broke, the media spun it like, okay, a deal's imminent. They're going to meet. Apparently, a deal's going to get done. This, and it didn't happen. Like, I don't know. Like, why even say that? I mean, that really makes you look bad whenever you say, oh, he's in town, and we've got confirmation that he's in town, and we're going to have a deal done. And then you come to find out that they didn't even meet. They didn't even meet. I would rather hear you talk about the Pittsburgh Riveters than Aaron Rodgers. Forget Rodgers. Let's go Uncle Rico. Yeah. I mean,
I love the Riveters.
Yeah.
Riveters are good.
They are good.
Do I get a chance on the Rodgers comment on the Rodgers topic?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys. This isn't third grade. Speak. I shouldn't have to call on you guys. Like, just
I think we should make it fourth grade, and you have to raise your hand.
Okay.
But anyway, Rodgers. I go back and forth on it. The guy still has a great arm. He does. Do you guys value rapport with wide receivers more than what's going to be left with it? My baby Sacks, look at him. Center screen.
Quit being a hater, Bill.
Leave Sacks alone, baby.
I mean,
leave Sacks alone.
I'm not the amens. Yeah, Sacks should probably be in a center. I don't know.
He probably should be. I mean, it's kind of still like that.
He is the talent. He is the talent.
Rodgers, I mean, I think he probably makes the team better, but is he the key to winning the Super Bowl? Is he the key to winning playoff games?
No.
I think the jury's still out. The line is in flux. I think that each day that goes by, and even if the Steelers have a deal in place, it just makes the organization look weak. That's all.
Raise his hand.
See? Go ahead, Samuel. What would you like us to talk about, sir? See, he raised his hand. See, he knows what's going on. He's been in school. So, I mean, if they have a deal in place, then even if you say it after the fact, it doesn't matter because it makes the organization look weak. So,
well, it does, and I mean, national media is really harping on this. How they just, it's not a good look when you have all these deadlines and these soft deadlines. As we talked to Ray last week about this, and Ray agreed. These are soft deadlines. There's nothing. They don't set anything in stone. They don't hold his feet to the fire on any of this stuff. Which hello all, happy Wednesday, Daniel. It just kind of leads me to believe that maybe. I don't know. Maybe they actually have something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I at this point in time, I don't really know. I can't speculate anymore because it's kind of pointless. You feel Skeen's the best pitcher maybe of all time. We'll get to that. We're on Steelers right now. We will definitely get to that though. That's a good question.
Bryce Harper. That's very kind of you, even though you have a game tonight. Thank you for the comment.
So.
Maybe McCarthy. Hey, maybe McCarthy's got Stockholm syndrome with Rodgers. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, I came to Pittsburgh. I had a good draft. I devoured great food and beer, but I still left a little empty. There is sack size hole in my heart. I know we were trying to get that. We were trying to hang out with you, Sam, but I know
I will meet you. What was that? I will meet you in DC next year.
I'm sorry for asking now, as the Steelers are a good side. No, I mean it's fine. We just kind of like go in order here. It's okay. Like I will definitely address that question with Skeens for sure, absolutely. We just kind of go in our order, and we don't like to, divert too far off topic here. Bad. Yeah, that's all. Not a big deal. It's okay. So
see, I'll meet you. Yeah. I'm going to meet you at the Washington Monument next year.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, what'd you say again? That maybe McCarthy? What? I'm sorry, I'm handling. I mean, we're getting comments, which is great.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, either you visited the building or you didn't, Bill. I mean,
yeah. Apparently didn't. I mean,
yeah, it's getting absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we're halfway through frickin' May. Right. I mean, what are we doing?
I don't
You know
know.
what I mean? It's
I don't know. What are we doing?
it's bananas at this point. There is literally no competitive advantage to anyone concealing this data, this information. Like, what are you gaining? Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you're gaining. I have no idea what you're gaining by doing this. I don't know. And there was a report. What was that? That they interviewed somebody. I don't know who it was, but it was somebody that was on the team with Rodgers when he was in Green Bay, and they were asking, are they going to get along? And he's like, oh no, I don't know about that. I think the hatchet was buried with that. I don't think there's anything to that. I really don't. I don't think listen, when Rodgers played for the Jets, he was asked many times. I can remember he was asked by an ESPN reporter in camp in his second year of the Jets, who's one coach you would like to play for again? And he said Mike McCarthy. So there's, I just don't put a lot of, I don't think the argument that they still have an axe to grind holds a lot of water. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I just, they've been talking, they've been communicating. I don't have any reason to believe that there's still some sort of animosity between those two. Ed, what do you have on that? Do you have anything on that? I know you kind of have a pulse on. I saw
that comment, but I'm sort of like you, Billy. I mean, how long? I mean, put it this way: I don't think McCarthy's holding a grudge. Whether or not the mercurial Aaron Rodgers is, I don't know, but I can't imagine he is. Come on, that was so long ago. Yeah, you're going on 8 years now,
right?
So I'm with you, Billy. I can't believe there's that much animosity.
Well, and here's the thing: Mike McCarthy he's not an abrasive person at all. I mean, the guy's a big teddy bear, and I mean, I don't think that he's, one. I don't really believe that they're, you know what I mean? They said that his final year he was unhappy with the play calling, and he was calling his own play. Do you think McCarthy had a problem with that? The guy was a 4-time MVP. Do you think he has an issue with that? I know a lot of coaches would not have an issue with that. Oh, you don't like the way I call my plays? Okay, well, go ahead. You call them. You call the plays you want to call, and maybe if it fails, maybe you're like, okay, well, do you want to go back to me, or but that didn't happen. So they've moved on. I'm sure. I believe that, Sam. I believe they moved on. It's just I don't know. I don't know who that was. I heard about it on the Fan. They said it was an ex-Packer, and they interviewed him. Yeah, people are going to say anything just to stir up some type of controversy. What's he going to say? Oh yeah, they got along great. Oh yeah, they buried that hat. Okay, and then it's not a story then, right? So Correct. Of course they're going to say something that's they're going to try to keep this whole thing going. So I don't put a lot of water into that. And nor do I believe anybody else should. So,
it's quite alarming, Bill, that you said that the CEO basically of our organization, is a big teddy bear. I don't know if that's intimidating.
Well, I'm just saying he doesn't seem to me like a person who would be.
I agree with you. No, I don't disagree with your statement.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to me. Yeah, I like him too. He doesn't come off to me as being this guy who would be, confrontational and hold a grudge. And, it seems to me like he would be a guy that would be, that would want to bury that hatchet and would want to put his arm around you and say, hey, listen, let's try to work together and let's try to just, not have this.
Not like a Rossini type of arm around, but
Well, yeah.
I would actually believe that.
Well, I think that would be a little lower, Al, Mac.
He would come in with a better plan.
A little longer, Al.
Yeah, a little longer.
Hey, Billy, the player's name.
I don't know why I said Al.
The player's name was Tyler Dunn.
Yeah. You can call me Al.
Okay, and I vaguely remember Tyler Dunn.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember Tyler Dunn. I mean, I'm not trying to.
His career, but I don't
right. I'm not trying to take a shot at the guy, but that sounds to me like somebody who, hasn't had the spotlight in a long time and wants to kind of, wants to kind of drum something up, and that's what that sounds like to me.
I believe he would come in with a plan, Billy, set expectations and whatnot, right? Like almost like, hey, here is step A, B, and C for this player's development for each player, right? That might be what they're following for the old guy, or they already moved on from him, and the other three are falling in line for what he wants.
Here's another thing too. They've said, he's coming in, he's going to meet with the team. He's a freaking agent. I mean, they've said it from the time, even last year, and they've said it, in the offseason. Negotiations for his return are being handled through the agent. They're not direct meetings with the team. He has a freaking agent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he was handling it, if I was his agent, I'd be pissed. That'd be a grievance for me. What the hell am I here for then?
Yeah.
So I mean, that was another thing too that I heard, which the media said it, and we all fell for it. The media said it. They're the ones that said, "Oh, he's going to be meeting with the team, and you can expect the deal done." Well, I mean, his agent's not there. I don't know. I just that raised a red flag to me. I just was kind of like, okay.
Well, I mean, just they're stacking mistakes, right? The first round of the draft that was flopped, right? And now it feels like the quarterback has been flopped this whole time. So what else are we going to get wrong, right? Jones, yeah, that didn't work out. Okay, we can keep going.
No, I mean, they've drafted the exact same position 3 years in a row, which some people are okay with, but to me, it reminds me of the Detroit in the mid 2000s when they did wide receiver 3 years in a row. I don't think any of them panned out, but I mean, to me, it's putting a spotlight more on Omar Khan because he's now the man in charge of buying the ingredients, like Bill Parcells said. He's buying the ingredients for Mike McCarthy, and I don't know that. Plus, what kind of strain does it put on the team? It's almost like there's two different training camps you have to prepare for. One, it's kind of easy street, right? If Rodgers comes back. The other one, you kind of scrambling because you got to get everybody meaningful time in training camp to get them ready to play.
Right.
So I mean, it's a brand new offense to everybody except for Rodgers.
Well, and then he shows up late. He shows up for camp last year. He misses the OTAs. Yeah. And then he's all pissed off because he's not on the same page with these receivers. It's like, well, dude, if you would have been working with them, like you would have alleviated this. Don't get mad at them because you showed up late. I mean, I don't understand.
It's an interesting dilemma they've caught themselves in. And then next year, apparently, according to all the sources, next year they want to actually draft the quarterback for the future.
Well, that would make sense with your comment of 3 years in a row drafting tackles, right? They're trying to build that offensive line, so when they put that quarterback there, all the pieces are in place to go, just like what they had with Ben in 2004.
Right, But unfortunately, they're 0-for-1 on those 3 picks. So and Fautano's coming up.
Well,
right?
and every time you're when you're 0-for on these, it's setting your organization back.
Well, I mean, Drew Aller's not a wasted pick, gentlemen. Let's not,
No, not at all. But again, it's how much meaningful time is he going to get?
Again, that's to be determined. Who knows? But I mean, let's face it. There's no one on this screen right now that doesn't believe the guy got talent. I mean,
he does.
He does have talent, sure, absolutely.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how to prepare for the season that way with so much, or maybe there's no uncertainty, just like we talked about the draft, how they're going to do it. And, unbeknownst to us, they had 3 different locations and it worked out beautifully. I mean, they may already have training camp set and they're just chilling, right?
Right.
So,
and hey, they may already know. Rodgers may have already told them, I'm coming back, guys. It's just that I'm going to sign, but I just, I don't want to come back right now. I don't want to do OTAs. I don't want to do any of that stuff.
Well, what's wrong with saying that, though, Bill? You're right.
I don't know. I don't know. That's to me is the baffling part, Mac. That's the baffling part. Why would you just not? Why wouldn't you just say that? Why the hell wouldn't you just say that? What is people going to hold a grudge against you or be angry, or are we going to have rioting in the streets? Oh, he signed, but he's not coming back till camp. Let's go, flip some cars down on Liberty Avenue. Like, what's the? I mean, I don't understand.
Well, I think that the reason is, and this is a fact in the new CBA, there's no option to return those fines. They're automatic fines for missing the mandatory stuff.
Yeah.
So they'd have to fine him, and you cannot give that back anymore. Usually,
right. If he's not under contract, they can't fine him.
Correct. So that's
probably why he's doing it. That's probably why he's doing it. Very good, Ed. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Yeah,
that's a bailout.
Yeah, that's a very nefarious way of doing things.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're done.
It's ridiculous.
You're done, Sachs. You got nefarious in on you. In other words, you're done, Sachs.
He's on the ropes. I got him. I'm Sean Strickland, and he's that other guy from freaking. What was he from? Chechnya.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't under. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what's going on. That's honestly probably what's going on. He doesn't want to get fined.
I can't believe DC Comics is the one defending Aaron Rodgers.
Not defending him. I'm defending the fact that that's the CBA. I mean,
yeah. It's not a scenario where I'm just here so they don't find me. He doesn't want to be there, so they can't find him.
Yeah, right. So they can't. Yeah.
If I just don't show up, they can't find me.
Can't touch me. I just won't answer my phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, if he's not under contract too, then there's certain things that he likes to do in the offseason. I'm sure it doesn't match up with what the NFL does, right? Maybe that's what a break he needs.
Well, they've also relaxed that. I think he can smoke weed.
And I don't think he does that, right?
I don't think that was Rodgers was into that, though. I think Rodgers.
No, he's not into that. Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
I mean,
I'm
whatever.
not gonna say anything because I don't have 100% what he said, but I know I heard him talking about it. I just don't recall 100%.
Yeah, I mean, like Ed said, I think they've laxed that. I mean, we're not in the days of Ricky Williams where, he was,
He'd rather do that than the pills they were forcing him to take.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Because they had money tied into the big pharma is why they had to do it.
He did look good in that wedding dress, though, man.
It, man. I mean, he was tight. I'm surprised that he was, Ditka was able to keep his hands off him.
Can you imagine Eddie in a wedding dress?
No, that's that's turning my stomach.
All
right. All right. Let's talk Boswell. Let's enough of Rodgers. Let's talk Boswell. Four-year, $28 million extension. Did it on May 11th, which was Monday. Locking him in through the 2030 season. The deal includes $14.7 million guaranteed, making him tied as the highest-paid kicker in the NFL history, with the $7 million annual average, $7 million AAV.
Go to the guy right below you first.
Okay, Mac, go ahead. What did you think? Are you happy?
Well, let me just say this. One, you don't have a quarterback on your team. We just wasted 20 minutes on that. All right. So let me continue on. All right. Yeah. So you take a guy, right, that you had locked up for an entire another season, and you decide to give him an award. Okay. Why? Okay. Why? He's a kicker. I like the guy. I think he's dependable, but you gave the guy $7 million. This guy is not a threat to kick 65, 70, 75-yard field goals. Is he consistent? Sure. Okay. But he's not Aubrey. He's not Dicker the kicker. You know what I mean? He's not some of these guys, Cam Little. These guys kick the ball 70 yards. This guy doesn't do that. Why are you paying him like he is? I don't understand it. And you didn't even have to do it.
He's widery.
Well, I mean,
you just gave him this next year, Bill.
Well, you could have, but I mean, I think that there was they said it even last year. There was a little bit of discontent with him. He was not happy. He wanted a new contract. And he said that last year, and I think that they didn't want to piss him off anymore, and kick the can down the road, and they just decided to give it to him. You know, I'm gonna comment on this last. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
I'm done.
Max,
Go ahead.
you done? Okay, go ahead.
I mean,
I didn't know if
done.
you're done or not.
He
Okay,
didn't
I didn't know
have-
if you were done.
Yeah, he didn't have the greatest year last year. He missed some key kicks, and he is not a threat any longer. I mean, the threat is the Jacksonville kicker, and the threat is Aubrey. This new breed of kicker that has a basis primarily in soccer, that are used to kicking the ball far and hard. I mean, he's probably good, and Max said I was too kind on this. I think he's probably in the upper 80s, low 90s from 55 and in. But nowadays, man, as we were talking about this off air, if you get to the 50-yard line, some of these kickers are now threats.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh
And
yeah.
they're almost automatic when there's no wind.
Right.
Right.
And I think that to Max's point, and a very valid point, they did not have to do this. I'm sorry you're discontent. I'm sorry this is happening. Just go and kick the ball. At the end of next year, we have this young kid that we found, who's in Kennesaw State, and he kicks the ball 70 yards without even blinking, or wherever. And this one, I'm firmly in the Matt corner on this one. I did not understand why. Trace, you're up.
Yeah, well, I mean, other than was good at reading the wind, and Heinz Field has a lot of wind. Other than that, man, I don't know. I mean, Baltimore also has a wind.
Billy on Predator was good at reading the wind too.
He was. Till he wasn't.
Till he wasn't.
I mean, you're right. The Baltimore kicker missed, but what I'm saying is
No, the stadiums, Eddie. So the
Yeah.
Baltimore Stadium, Cleveland Stadium, Pittsburgh Stadium, right?
Yeah.
All wins. Cincinnati's not too bad. Maybe that's why, because they're not just worried about somebody who has a boot. They're worried about somebody who could read it.
So Cleveland's going to have an indoor stadium in the
Which
next.
is so
Maybe he
Not
can
stupid.
dodge
next year,
around.
but what, 2 years?
Which is so stupid.
Well, they have other events there. But I
So
mean,
who gives a shit?
what I agree with most of Mac is it's not necessarily that you did it, but the why. You didn't have to do it. You could do it next year, right?
That's
you
the
didn't have
point.
to.
But
That's
if you
the
were going to
point.
do it anyways, and he wasn't happy,
Yeah, but I mean,
So is
I'm
that the
not
third
happy.
one? Is this the third flub?
I'm not happy at work. I wish they would triple our salaries, but we still go because we got. I mean, he's a kicker. Go kick the ball. I mean, it's not.
He would have kicked all year, Bill. He would have kicked all year. You
Yeah.
could have gave him this deal at the end of the season.
Yeah,
No
we're
big
calling it.
deal.
That's it.
And you
That's
could
a third con
and
flub right
mind
there.
you, as Ed said, valid point. He didn't have his greatest season last year.
He did not.
He
Well,
missed
he-
5 or 6 kicks.
He
I'm
was
not saying it
27.
awful.
He was 27 of 32 for field goals last year.
But that's a good percentage. But unfortunately, the 5 he missed were crucial. I mean, there was 2, in fact, that I remember very well.
I know that.
Yeah.
He also had a
Yeah.
60-yard game winner in Week 1 against the Jets.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Again, when you got a guy sewn up, you don't reward him when he doesn't have his best season.
Yeah.
You just don't.
Yeah.
Not when you could wait. I mean, when kickers, they get the yips, just like, it's like a golf thing, they're
Yeah.
mental, they're weird, right?
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
is this guy going to follow up last season with another season that's good, but not tremendous?
What if he goes
I don't
28
know.
for 30?
I would have waited and seen.
Right. So would I.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw this out there. Like I said, last year, 27-32, game winner, 60-yard game winner, Week 1 against the Jets. 2024, he had an All-Pro season, converting a franchise record of 41 field goals, leading the entire NFL with 158 total points. I can attest in 2024, they against Atlanta. That's all the points they scored was field goals. Same thing with against the Colts. At the Colts, they relied on his foot to win them that game as well. So, 2023, 29 to 31 on field goals, 93.5 conversion rate. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think your kicker. I look at this differently than what you guys do, and maybe I'm wrong for doing this, but I look at the kicking game is very important. It's very important. If you have a bad kicking game and you're good in every other facet, you still it's hard for you really to win. It is hard for you. I mean, it is. It's you have to have a good kicking game to be successful. Period. And that this doesn't go for your kicker. That goes for punting as well. You have to have a good, solid kicking game in order to win. Period. Point blank. If you don't, you will not win. It's I kind of agree with you guys in a way. I kind of agree. You did not have to do it. I get that. You didn't have to do that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it from the standpoint that he wasn't happy last year because he wanted a contract. He wasn't happy. They just, I don't know. They didn't want discontent, and they wanted to. He's been. I would say he's been reliable for them. And he has won them games. He has won them games. There's no doubt about that. He has won them games. He's won them more games than probably, any quarterback you've had since since Ben. I mean, he's won you games. So I think they just wanted to basically be in good faith with him and get this done.
Yeah, but it's rewarding past success. And he was already making he signed 4 years, $5 million a year. He was due $5 million this year. I don't know why you didn't wait to the end of the year. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he was on the second tier level, as Ed said. He was making Dicker the kicker money, $5.5 million. So it ain't like we were paying him $4 million. Right. I mean, we had him up there. He was second tier kicker, and he's a second tier kicker. He's not Aubrey. He's not Cam Little. He's not blasting the football.
Oh, and I forgot, in 2024, he scored 18 points in the divisional victory against the Ravens too.
If this was the end of next year, I would be okay with them re-signing him. If in fact he followed this year up with another good year, and this was the end of next year, we didn't have a kicker, I'd go, let's re-sign him. I didn't have to re-sign him.
That's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
I mean, fair enough. I'm with you on that. Fair enough. I mean, I don't. But I mean, I don't. I guess I didn't really have a problem with it. I guess I didn't really have a problem with it.
He's made $40 million in his career already. That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, hey, again, it's important. Kicking is important.
Oh yeah,
it's important. People that don't know football downplay kicking. They and I'm going to tell you that right now. And I don't care if you're out there listening, you're thinking, you're full of shit. I'm not. Okay, I'm not. If people that don't know football downplay kicking, period. End of discussion. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'll meet you on that. I mean, they could have waited. They didn't have to do that. I'm with you. I mean, we can.
Timing is everything, Bill. They took that Max guy in the first round, right? We all said that's the wrong time to take him.
That's all.
This point, timing,
right.
Wrong time to give a guy a contract extension.
The third time, Mac.
Third mistake. And also, here's the thing: what would his market have been next year? Really, honestly, at his age.
Another valid point.
Well, he's 35. Yeah, but I mean, he's probably got another 8 years to kick. Maybe 6. I don't know.
What did Gary Anderson hang him up?
I mean, most kickers that are decent, they'll go into their four. I mean, some of them went in. Bryant from Atlanta, I think he was 46 when he retired.
I don't think that's going to be going on much longer, because I'm going to bring out the point that Ed said. These young guys, these soccer guys, these guys are blasting the ball.
Yeah,
75 yards.
They are.
If you're 44 years old, you ain't kicking the ball.
Well, yeah, and I mean, think about this. Think about a team. You get the ball on your 30, right? And you're like, okay, all I need to do is get 20 to 30 yards, and I'm already in range.
Wow.
We're already in range to. I mean,
and that was me and Ed's talk. There's these guys that are on the team. They're sitting over on the sideline, and defenses and coaches are scared. This guy's a threat. One ball over the middle, and they got 3 points. You're right, Bill. 30-yard, a pass over the middle, and you can kick a field goal.
Yeah.
And Billy, I know you hate it.
Or at the worst case scenario, a couple plays, and you're in field goal range.
Yeah.
And Billy, I know you hate it, but a lot of the new stadiums that are coming online are going with the SoFi method with that translucent roof. They want it covered because it just generates more revenue. So there's going to be more covered stadiums.
I like the elements. I'm old school. I like the elements. I want to see snow games.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see snow games. I mean, they were bitching
they
were bitching about the AFC Championship last year. I'm like, you know what? You guys are pussies. I mean, football is meant to be played in the elements. You're pussies, okay? Yep. The players don't really mind playing in the snow, okay?
By the way, Denver's new stadium will be covered.
Yeah, I mean, it's turned into arena football. I mean, you might as well call it the AFL. It's the AFL.
It's the last team that was built for that was the Miami Dolphins. How about that, Tua? How about that, Tua?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't like it. I don't like these domes. Cleveland's doing it. Cleveland's a shit city. Okay, they are. It's they're a joke. I mean, and they've got to do something. I get it. They've got to do something because they sure as hell can't attract people. So let's try to get a dome and maybe I don't know. Hopefully get a
for concerts. Really, is what it
is. Or Super Bowl, and they want to bid for that. Whatever. I don't like how they're taking the weather elements out of the game. I don't like it. I think it's pussifying the game. It's meant to be played in the elements, and it's I don't like it. Hey, our high school team's gonna have domes, so you're like, oh, okay, you get to the highest level, and then you're going to be pampered,
I wouldn't put anything by Texas football,
They are pussifying the game.
Oh, well, I think they are in a way, Yeah, I think they are in a way,
That was in quotation.
It's a pussified society that we live in. It really is. It's so.
All right. How do we denigrate everything? Let's keep.
Bill, don't hold back. Oh, trust me. Sometimes I need a little bit more, be more reserved, but I just, I don't know. When you hit a sore spot with me, I don't know. You know where I stand.
Yeah.
You know where I stand.
Make sure Robin has his seatbelt on for the next segment.
Okay. All right. We're going to get to offensive line. Do we want to get to offensive line, or do we want to run through
next week? That's a great topic. Save it for next week.
Okay. All right. Let's save it for next week. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to the topic that probably is going to have a lot of fireworks, because I know we've probably got a lot of. All right. Malkin. Let's talk Penguins, and then we'll close off with the Pirates and touch on Riverhounds a little bit. Malkin. Kyle Dubas had a press conference. Both camps are talking. Malkin's willing to take a pay cut. For me, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for later. Mac, the floor is yours. The floor is yours, Mac.
Well, all right, let me jump into this. I've been listening for 8 to 10 years from every single person in the media. I've been listening to you, Bill, for the last 5 years, okay? Talk about Evgeny Malkin and how the lame brain decision-making, the lack of shots. I heard Mark Madden yesterday or the day before say that, you can fair catch his penalty shot. Okay, this guy has no shot left. Okay, no shot. That's what made him a presence on the power play. Okay, he's nothing but a third line guy now, or winger, whatever you want to do with him. And Kyle Dubas made a statement that is easily a big house statement. He's trying to protect the company. Okay. We would like him to come back. If you would like him to come back, you would have signed him. Okay. So I'm not so sure that the contract situation in terms of the years, whether they try to do 1 or 2, I think Malkin wants 2 years. And I don't know if he will not take a 1-year deal. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. And I don't think he'll be in uniform, period. Whether he's over there with Ed's team, I don't know where he's going, but I think he wants a 2-year deal, and I think he won't take less than $10 million for 2 years. That's what I think he wants. And if the Pens give him $10 million for 2 years, they're morons. Period.
Well, they're going to. They don't want to sign him for 2 years, from what I understand. I don't know whether he's willing to take a year. I haven't heard any of that. I thought that he was willing to take a year. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. This 2 year, I didn't know that was. I haven't heard anything pertaining to that he wants 2 years.
Well,
I don't know.
Insiders.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Ed, I know you have some thoughts on this. Or Matt, go ahead. I mean, you done or?
No, I'm done. I just
Okay.
don't. I don't agree with it. If the guy takes, when I say a pay cut, I'm talking a pay cut. Okay.
Well, he said he's willing to take a pay cut.
Pay cut.
They said he's willing
what's
to take a
that
pay
mean?
cut. I don't know. I don't know what it means.
He was making $6 million a year. Okay?
All I know
He
is
scored
when
19 goals.
all I know is when the season was over, his camp had to reach out to them. They didn't reach out to him. So I don't know. Ed.
I mean, the more damning statement from Dubas, the general manager, was, well, he's not holding anybody back from progressing. Now, there's a couple of problems I have. That one, it's an indictment on your own organization that you have nothing in the pipeline, right? Two, I didn't see them give anybody 54 games. You give somebody 54 games, then you can compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. And
56 games.
How many did you play? 56?
56, yeah.
Okay, 56. And you're going to have to pull the Band-Aid off. You're just going to have to pull it off. I understand he put in 20 or 21, but you're going to have to pull the Band-Aid off. I mean, experts are looking at his shot. It's not there. I mean, he does still take those stupid Russian penalties, like most of them do, right? Since we're insulting as many people as we can tonight.
We're trying.
I'm trying. But so for me, I don't see a bonus for him coming back. And it's nothing against – I mean, I'm not a Penguins fan, but it's just the fact that you don't know what you don't know, right? So how do you know if you have somebody down there, some 22-year-old kid down there who comes up and scores 25 or 28, in 56 games, and then he plays 82 games, right? They have to pull the Band-Aid off. You bring them back, it's not going to help. They're nowhere near winning anything at all. It has been proven because they're just a year older, right? So for me, the guy's been a great soldier. Let him go back to Russia where he wants to play in the KHL, and he'll play another 10 years in the KHL. They all do.
Or Florida, where he has a home at.
Yeah, I mean, Yager was there at 40, whatever,
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nothing negative. It's just I just think you got to pull the Band-Aid off.
Trace.
I definitely I don't know. Okay, like I told you yesterday when me and you were talking, Billy, the little kid in me is very excited that the icon might come back just to keep just to keep Gino here, really, right?
Yeah.
But the adult and the businessman in me knows that we need to move on from him and we need to try something different.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the dog concurs on that one. Here's the thing that I look at. I look at this. I look at this. It's he was productive last year. Okay? He was productive last year. And I don't see anything wrong with giving the guy one more year. I really don't. I don't see any. The guy was productive last year. 61 points in 56 games. They had it was an NHL analytic agency or what have you runs these analytic numbers. Because we're in the day of analytics. In every sport. They ran these analytic numbers in NHL forwards. He's in the 93rd. He was in the 93rd percentile of NHL forwards, production wise. That looks at everything. I'll give you exactly what it is by verbatim. According to the analytic reports, Malkin has ranked in the 93rd percentile this last season for forwards' overall on-ice contributions and ability to create shots and score in trenches at even strengths. Now, that's at even strength, okay? He was in the 93rd percentile. The guy did have a productive year last year. And to me, I don't see if he did not have a productive year, out of here. Go like you said, Ed, go play in KHL or do whatever you want to do, right off into the sunset. But the fact of the matter is, he was productive last year. For his age, he was productive last year. And I don't see the problem in signing him one more year. I don't see.
Maybe he did that, Bill, maybe he did that for his age. Did he do that for his pay though?
That's true.
Well, that's true. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
we
I
paid
thought
him
we were,
$6 million.
It's funny when we think we're gonna have fireworks, we don't, and then when we think everybody's gonna be kumbaya, it's I don't know.
Billy, let me throw this out at you. So he comes back next year on a 1-year deal for say $2.5 million. Somehow they agreed to do that, and he scores, let's say, 28 goals. They're going to have a discussion next year about bringing him back.
Hold on a second. Let me jump in now. I'm going to jump off the train. You bring him back for $2.5 million, we've got a whole different discussion.
Or that's what I'm saying. And then you bring him back again because he had 20
Yes.
goals? Oh, my goodness.
I'd sign him today for 2 years for $2.5 million a year.
What is his bargain basement? I mean, what does he consider a pay cut?
I told you. I think he wants $10 million. I think he wants $10 million. I think he wants a 2-year deal.
God, no way.
That's what I think he wants.
2 years, $5 million a year.
Well, I wouldn't do that. I would not give him 2 years, $10 million. I could tell you that right now.
I think that's what it's going to take.
He's not worth that. He's not worth that.
So what do you give him? Do you give him 2 years, $8 million?
I would sign him I'd sign him to a 1-year deal, and the most I would give him is $3 million. That's the most I would give him. He ain't signing that. I'll tell you that right now. He can, like Ed said, he'll go to KHL, and they'll pay him to go over there. They will.
They'll pay him.
I don't know.
He wants to play in the league, and someone will give him $4 million. Someone will give him $8 million for 2 years. No question. No question.
My thing is, I just don't see the harm if you can get a deal with him. I don't.
What's the benefit, though, Billy? I mean, other than the points, which I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of the second.
Bye, Gino. Bye, Letang. Yeah, but here's the other thing too. Here's the other thing. I really believe Sidney Crosby. I think Sidney's behind this too. He doesn't want these guys to go. He does not want these guys to go. I'm telling you. I think that's the other thing. No one gives him that.
John says, yeah.
I mean, possibly that. Maybe we're looking at this through black and gold sunglasses, and
I don't
maybe
think from that at all.
I hear you. Listen. And I'm going to jump off. I'm jumping back on with you, Bill. Listen, if you go look at his numbers, a point per game, you're telling me that isn't worth $4 million a year in this league? Go look at the numbers. That's worth it all day. I know he's 40 years old, but he just did it. I'm not banging a drum to bring him back. I think we do need to move on, but people are going to pay $4 million a year for a guy that scores a point a game.
Yeah, and he was productive. Yeah. I mean, he was, and like I said, I that analytic thing, I don't really, I'm not, some of these analytic things, they piss me off. I mean, but I mean, that analytic thing, when you look at that, when they look at everything that he did, and he's in the 93rd percentile in production, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, that's
you guys love to compare. You guys love to compare Washington and Pittsburgh. John Carlson him and Ovechkin were best friends. Carlson was an incredible defenseman, and they traded him because they know they have to get younger. They traded him for picks and youth. I mean, while he still had value, the time is gone to get value out of these trio, except for Crosby. I mean, I would have got rid of him. I really would. I told you guys after they lost that series in 2018, I would have traded him. And who knows where he would be now.
That's a big point, Ed, because I'm going to tell you what, if they don't do something with Malkin, and we get into the June time frame, you know what I mean?
Oh, Matt,
Crosby's going to start stewing too. And you're
Mac, what
right,
about
John,
you?
about Malkin in the playoffs. I think people fell in love with 2 goals. Our offense was so bad in the playoffs against the Flyers. They fell in love with Gino's 2 goals.
Well, and the power play was atrocious. The power play was atrocious.
Right.
It sucked.
Mac,
It sucked.
Good point, John.
Mac, what about your other point about what's his name in Tampa?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they got rid of him before, I mean, imagine that. If they would have got rid of him before, 3-4 years ago, you know what we have right now? We have Jake Gensel still on the team.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't like them.
How's that sound,
I know.
Pittsburgh sports fans?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Let's keep him again. Let's keep him again. Stop more progress.
Well,
I mean, there has to be a guy that's out there that can get a point a game for you that doesn't take 61 penalty minutes over the season. You know what I mean? Somebody
let's get rid of the goddamn second assist. It's fucking bullshit. They don't do it in basketball. It's obnoxious. You take away the second assist, these numbers are not inflated. The NHL created this for some bizarre reason because they didn't like the numbers were. Get rid of the second assist. It is meaningless. And then adjust for his numbers. And what is he at? 40?
6'4" Rockies right now.
40? He's at 40 points? Come on.
Let's talk Pirates. We got to talk Pirates here.
6'4".
All right. 6'4" Rockies. Wow. Okay. Question was raised on one of the local sports channels. What's it going to take? Could the Pirates potentially retain Paul Skeens, and what would they have to do that? And I thought that was very interesting because people that know, people that are around Paul Skeens know that he wants to be on a winner. And I said it. Ed, you and I were talking about this off air earlier today. I said flat out they'd have to increase their payroll by at least $80 million a year, and they would offer him what, 50? Let's say you guys. Anybody?
Billy,
once again, they don't have to do anything right now, right? I mean, they own him for a few years. I know they got the arbitration years.
Right. My point is what when that time comes, what would they have to do in order to make him want to stay? Is my question. I mean, I think you would have to dramatically increase payroll. Dramatically.
I think you would want a long-term deal, okay? And if you're talking 3 years from now, I would think, and dare I be insane to say it, I think he could potentially be, a $400 million guy. I really do. I think that guy.
A lot of
now, mind you, this is done in 3 years from now. So you got guys making $40 million a year already. Pitching. You know what I mean? I'm not talking Ohtani. It's a different animal.
42 is the high.
You know what I mean? Like regular guy. The highest paid guy's 2. You know what I mean? 42. So in 3 years, will Skeens be worth potentially 60 or 70 million a year? I think so. Because right now he is the best pitcher in baseball, and I hear everybody talking. They're prisoners of the moment. He's the best pitcher in the history of the world. I hear the talk, and I've been hearing Vita Blue. I've been hearing everybody. You throw the names out. I mean, they're it's just insane.
Sacco Page.
Yeah. And no one's gotten off to a better start quicker. I'm sorry, I'm taking everything. Trace, go ahead.
No, I mean, there's a lot of pitchers to compare him to, right? He's only a couple years in this thing. I mean, we're talking like Cy Young, Walter Johnson, Pedro Martinez, Randy Johnson, Greg Maddux, Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson, Tom Seaver, Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan. Those are some names. Is he the best ever?
Smiley.
He has some of the most potential ever early in his career, but he still needs to make it, right? He still needs to go out and do it. Right now, I think he has, because he has the 4 different pitches that all kind of break the same spot. It's making it completely hectic for those batters. So he has potential to be, but I don't know that he is yet. He's still unproven.
So, Billy, when you talk about increasing the payroll, I just want to throw this out there, right? So you look at the payroll of the Pirates. The Pirates' payroll right now is $136,325,000. Tampa Bay's payroll is $108,280,000, and Tampa Bay is leading their division with 28 wins. What are they doing they're 28-13, and they're leading Yankees, Orioles, Blue Jays, Red Sox. I mean, what are they doing that nobody else is doing? They're leading the American League.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's a good question, and it's not like they're in a slouch division either,
right?
So
they're in one of the better divisions. It's super competitive.
Yeah, well, and the division of Pirates are in a super competitive too.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I think Paul Skeens wants to be on a winner. I think really he doesn't. He didn't like the fact that he was drafted here. I mean, contrary to what he says, of course he's going to say, "I love the city. I love." Of course that's what he's going to say. But deep down inside, his closest friends. Do you think he's saying he's probably telling them, "I can't wait to get the hell out of the city and be on the Yankees or be on a team that's competitive that I get a chance to actually win." Because all those guys you mentioned, Nolan Ryan, Walter, all those guys Walter Johnson, all those guys they all won. They all won. And
for a long
here's
time
the thing.
Too, Bill.
Yeah.
I think
and here's the thing,
because I'm not saying Skeens doesn't have it. I'm just saying they did it for a long time and see how it goes.
Well, yeah, and I'm not, and I do you feel Skeens the best pitcher? We circled back around on this, maybe of all time. I think the jury's still out. I think the jury's still out on that. I'm not willing to say that he's the best pitcher of all time. Because here's the deal. Here's what happens. You see a lot of pitchers that'll come up and they're great, right? Lights out for their first 4 years, and then everybody gets film on them. Yeah, hits the wall. Everybody gets film on them. Now you have a batter that you faced. Before you faced him 5 times and were able to dominate him, right? Now you faced him over your career 80-something times, and he now knows how to hit your splinker. The good ones like Nolan Ryan were consistently good throughout their career and decades, right? And they could even go to American League and National League. He was on the Astros and he dominated. He went over to the Texans or to the Rangers and he dominated American League. So those are the guys that I look at that, they're 15 years into their career. Greg Maddux is another example. They're 12, 15 years in their career and they're still an ace. They're still up here. They're not down here. They're still up here. And to me, Max, sure, you need a body of work with pitching.
Listen, I don't disagree with what you guys are saying. I'm not declaring him the best pitcher in baseball. We're talking about what his earning potential is. There are at least a third, if not half the league, that's already declared him the best pitcher that's ever lived. And someone will pay him that.
Yeah.
So what are they going to pay him? Because
it won't not be the Pirates. It will not be the Pirates.
Mac, it'll be $50 million at least.
What's that?
It'll be at least $50 million, I would say.
It'll be over $50 million.
It'll probably be closer to 60, 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, because he doesn't do what Ohtani does.
No. But in 3 years, I mean, in 3 years, there's going to be guys making 55 and 60.
And Robin Simmons brings up a great point. Strasburg was supposed to be the man, and he won a World Series.
Yeah, but this guy's different.
But his arm betrayed him. I mean, look at Jamie Moyer, 51 years old, still pitching. When he retired at 51. So, of all time,
I can remember them saying Chris Benson was going to be this guy. I can remember those years. When they said, "Oh, this guy's a," here's the problem. Steve Simmers chimed in here too. He says the problem is. They would have to spend the money and they won't, and that's I don't think, they're not gonna increase their payroll. They're not gonna try to put a winner out there in order to keep him. It's just they're not gonna do it.
Okay,
we're gonna need You're right, Bill. They're not, and that's the thing is what it's gonna take. Is it's going to take somebody that like a Yankees or a Red Sox or the Dodgers? He's going to go to one of them teams that not only want to win, but they're going to pay him big time.
What was the payroll at again?
for the Pirates right now? 136 million.
Okay, so you'd have to be at least the 210.
No, you'd have to be at least 236 because you were going to give him at least 60, and then you're going to spend 40 million on two bats worth 20 million each, and you might be able to contend.
Okay, so you'd have to be about 236 to 240, and that would have to be your payroll in order to make it lucrative for him to say, you know what, guys, I like what you're doing. I'm gonna stay.
Get your jerseys out, boys. Wear them 3 times a year. That'll at least let you wear it 10 more times.
And as long as Bob Nutting is the owner, that will never happen. He will never have. And I don't even care what he will never be up above 200 million, 200 plus million in payroll. That just to hear somebody say that probably would just put him into,
See, I always disagree with that, and I always push back on
shock.
That. Then he's not a type A personality. He's just not. Because if you're a type A personality and you own a franchise, I don't care if we're skipping stones into a cup in the middle of the office. I want to win. I don't care, he's just
Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan mentality.
Yeah,
throwing quarters against the wall, and
so in 3 years, gentlemen, how much? Who's going to offer him the biggest contract, and how much is it worth? I should say.
First of all, they're going to be shut out. Baseball's closing at the end of this year. There's been something about their closing, and if they don't put a salary cap, and if they don't make the floor $200 to $250 million, it's never going to be a sport. It will never be a sport.
It's going to continue to die.
It'll get rid of the Nuttings of the world because they won't spend $200 to $250.
Yeah, it's going to continue to wither away. I agree with that.
You could put robot pitchers and robot batters. It doesn't matter because the sport's going to die. You can't have the Miami Marlins, right? They are at good God. They're at like 40. The Dodgers right now, 417 million, 530, right? Miami Marlins, 79 million. That's not a league. That's just not a league, right? I mean, you can't have that much disparity in two teams.
Disparity.
It's like $360 million difference. You can't have that. I mean, it doesn't work.
Well, and they've created this monster. That's the problem. They've created this monster, and it is what they it is what it is. I don't know what to say on that. But all right, let's close it out. We're going over time here. Riverhounds had a big win, 2-0 over Louisville.
Nil.
Yeah, 2-0.
Nil.
Bye week Billy for him.
Yeah, you got to buy. No. They got Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Charlotte Independence. Yeah. So that's going to be May 15th.
North Carolina, Trace.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
it is in North Carolina.
That's in North Carolina, Tracy.
That's Spanish, Marge.
Right.
All right. Well, good. I thought we were going to have a little bit more fireworks with this Malcolm thing.
Did.
I apologize. Well, we didn't really argue. There's nobody that really argued. We all kind of, I thought there was Mac. I thought you were really F this guy. We get him out of here. But
I want him out of town.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm done. Unless you get him for super deal.
Going through puberty.
Maybe it's me though. Maybe I should have pushed. I don't know. I just.
Again, if you bring him back for $10 million, I think you're insane.
Yeah.
Well, I do too. I didn't even, that wasn't even in my equation, in my wheelhouse. But I do too. I think you're insane if you do that. I think you're absolutely insane if you do that. Because regardless if he had production last year, I'd sign him the 1 year deal, and I would maybe give him maybe $4 million. Maybe 3.5, but maybe potentially $4 million. It would be a 1 year deal. This is it. This is your last.
You'd give him the whole Snicker bar, wouldn't you?
Well, he was productive last year, and I look at it like this: if you're productive, why not? Why not give you 1 more year? If you're productive, why not? Now if you weren't, then of course I'm not going to do it. Why would you? But I don't know. It is what it is, and we'll see what happens there. It's not. And there's no guarantees on this whole thing. There's no guarantees. Just because both camps are speaking doesn't mean that that's going to be, that they're going to reach a deal. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Have a good week.
Ian's guys were fun tonight. I know that.
Okay. We're fun every night, though, I thought.
Well, it's not every night we talk; it's every week, Billy.
Plus, we'd have to pull our wives for that answer too.
Right.
I would presume.
Especially when we're talking, right, Eddie?
Yep.
All right.
7-4 Rockies.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna get to listen to this game. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.